we're already late, so there's really no point in playing that whole thing to get everybody ready or whatever. So anyway, hey, everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. Tonight, we're going to be talking about She-Hulk, Episode 6. This is the 6th week in a row that we've talked about She-Hulk. And I can confidently say, even though I do enjoy this show, I wish we would have done House of the Dragon. So it seems like we always pick the wrong show, but it doesn't matter. We're still here. We're committed to the bit. We're doing it. She-Hulk, Episode 6, Just Jen. Full-on spoilers and reviews and discussion with the excitable PCP crew and the Bad Batch. But you know what? They're pretty much excitable enough to be considered part of the PCP crew. First of all, we got Jelani in the house. What is up, my man?
What's up? What's up? Good to be here, Station. 6 weeks, man. Woo!
6 weeks, man.
Good times.
We're 2/3 fucking through.
You excited?
We got Daredevil at least on the horizon. Not in this episode, though. So spoilers. Speaking of spoilers, we got Fable in the house. All he does is spoil shit on Instagram, man. You're muted, brah. Why you gotta do the mic bit?
I said I didn't want any of that. Are you dating anybody?
Station. Hey, man, you fresh cut, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, looking good. Looking smooth and almost unnatural, like the She-Hulk animation at times. We got the main man himself. It's Manny. What is up, Manny?
I'm okay. Why you keep making me watch this show? You're making me look like a Grinch. People are in my DMs like, why are you hating on She-Hulk all the time? Like you just a Grinch, just hating on it. It's bad. It's bad, man. Why pick something better next time? House of Dragon.
I should have picked down there. I didn't know. I just figured. We're stuck with this Marvel train now. We're hoping for something and we'll get to our overall thoughts. Anyway, we also got Brooks in the house. What is up, Brooks?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, it is good. Brooks is doing good. He's just happy to be here, regardless of what the subject matter is, to be chilling with the homies, talking about pop culture. That's what we do here. We philosophize on pop culture. And we also got Steph in the house. What is up, my man? Steph, man of shadows. What is up, my bro? Dude, that's your DHS lighting right there, man.
I'm still working out the kinks with this new setup. This is a work in progress.
Yeah, good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. And I appreciate everybody here in the chat. I'll be highlighting your comments as we go along. So I'll just kick it off with overall. It's an okay episode. It's fine, I guess. It's fine if this was like an 8 to 10 minute web series. Like, I still feel like there's not enough content for the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it just feels like there needs to be more jokes to like fill in. It feels gappy because of it. And there are moments at work. In this episode, I love the Mallory stuff, like her case with Mr. Immortal. I actually thought that was really humorous. So I thought that was fun. The wedding stuff, I actually didn't mind. So I didn't mind the episode, but like Titania is a throwaway bit. It's Kim Kardashian versus She-Hulk. And that's what it's been this entire season. We're not getting anything more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she may get a power up from the ultimate villain, which that's not maybe necessarily been the point to thread in the villain. People keep saying that, right? They were like, well, you don't need to expect like some kind of big crazy MCU thread and reveal to happen in She-Hulk. And then I'm like, wait, what? But here we are all of a sudden in episode 6 of a 9-episode season. And they're now like teasing that there is the intelligentsia coming. And they've been building up to it enough, but there's something off about the show that makes it not great, but it's not like insufferable for me. I enjoy watching it, right? Do I enjoy talking about it for an hour and a half? It's because I have you homies, yes. But if it was just me up here having to talk for an hour about this show, man, I'd have been done with this a long time ago. But I like it. And I like the conversation it sparks. But this episode is just, it's okay. It's not something I really want to go back to. It's like we were talking earlier. It's kind of almost like an average episode of Full House. Like, what are you expecting? Like, this is what it is. This is what it is. I don't know what's going on, man. Like, I didn't mind the episode, but I'm just like really down about the whole thing for some reason. I don't know why. Delaney. I'm a couple whiskeys in, so I'm rambling tonight. Jelani, what do you think about this episode overall?
God, I wish I could have a drink with you too, man. So it's all good. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna make it through. Cause I paid for Disney Plus, damn it, and I'm gonna finish all this. I'm gonna finish it because I paid to do it. So, because of that being said, even though that was said, fuck this show. Fuck this show. Fuck this show. This show is not for me. It's not. I'm an incel man, baby, twerp that's talking about it. Cause god dang it, this is a horrible waste of time show. I cannot believe that Disney put money and effort in this. It needs a laugh track. When you need a laugh track for a TV show, there's something wrong.
It might work better with the laugh track. You got a good point. Manny, can you get that edit for us? Maybe the PCP edit?
Absolutely.
Now, the CG is trash. It's still trash. You got a new dress on her. She still looks like trash. The hair is horrible. I don't know what it is about her hair in proportion to the film that we're watching. It's not lit well. It's stupid. The words are written by middle schoolers. It's right. Every episode is the damn fucking same, except dumber. Last episode was better. The episode before that was better. Are you kidding me? These are different writers. These are different people. I am tired of this show. Fuck this show. I'll watch the last 3, but I'm gonna trash every minute of it, good or bad, whatever it is, because Daredevil was teased the last episode, and then we get no progress on that. We still going to weddings because weddings are inconvenient. And all this shit. Fuck that Mr. Immortal bullshit. Fuck him too. That's the same guy that was in Book of Boba Fett. That damn tubular head dude that was annoying as shit. Boba Fett. Guess what? That's Mr. Immortal. Surprise! We don't have the same. We got the same production team. This is bullshit. I hate this show. Fuck this show. Fuck this show.
Very nice, Jelani. Very nice.
Oh my god.
Very nice. Well, Fable, what do you think?
Oh, Captain Marvel, give us strength. Don't let us get canceled tonight. Please, Brie Larson, do what you can. Do what you can.
Hey, this is like a movie commentary, man. It does not reflect the views of PCP as an entity.
Oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna follow that one.
Ghost of Fire.
I disavow this man.
Y'all should have had me first. I apologize.
Fuck this show. Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't
watch
want
it for what we
Delaney
say about this bullshit. But that's
I don't want
fine.
Delaney to hate me.
You're
But
good. You're good.
no, I enjoyed this one. It was just like the other last 2 or 3 of them. You hit the nail on the head when you said that
It's
it's just
me.
the same episode over and over again. I see that. It's they introduce a new funny character bit like her cousin now and Mr. Immortal and we have fun with them for half an hour. But I felt like it was pretty enjoyable. I did like the wedding part. I like when she thought that Titania was there to fight her, and at the end Titania was like, yeah, I literally said I'm gonna get you back. I thought that was hilarious. And I thought the CG was a little better too. It wasn't as bad as the last episode.
Because she's not wearing
I
that
thought,
suit,
yeah,
right?
walking up in the
Yeah.
dress, she looked fine actually.
Yeah, I thought the CG was a little better. I thought, but
It's because
easier
y'all
to
were
do.
focused on them curves, man. Y'all weren't looking at the fine details like Jelani, apparently.
But when she was fighting
She looked
Titania,
hot yet to me once in CG form. But, let's put it like this: Hulk is hotter than She-Hulk in CGI.
Man, someone could really take some of the shit you're saying tonight, cut it together, and make you sound really fucking crazy, bro. I'm just gonna say that,
I
okay?
sound crazy now. I gave up. And I was like, fuck it. This is not for me.
By the way,
I'm
Jelani, on a
sorry.
recent
I'm sorry,
Instagram
man.
post, to try to lighten the mood for you,
Sorry.
so we can get back to it, but
I apologize.
on a recent Instagram post, we took that picture yesterday on New Comic Book Day at the shop. You had quite a few compliments on your hair, just so you know. So
Yeah, I do
There you
what I
go.
can.
Fable.
The Dapper Dan man.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
Fable.
right.
You want to continue on? What were you
I
saying?
don't want pop, God damn it.
You know, Delaney said it again. I said this from the beginning. I know that this isn't a show for me, right? I would not watch this if She-Hulk was not involved, and that's just the fact of it. But, you know, I can see my wife loving this. She hasn't seen it yet, but me watching it, I can tell that she would love something like this. You know, it is entertaining, but it's just not for me. But it wasn't bad this episode. I don't think it was terrible. It's just like the same thing again. You know, new character, new bit, reveal at the end, you know, cut off. Let's cut it off right there, you know, try to keep them hanging and, you know.
Yeah.
So it was okay.
It's
okay,
like a
you
year
said, Robbie.
PCP movie night. I understand, man. It's rough. It's rough, man. It can get you there, man. Speaking of getting us there, Manny, what do you think about this episode overall?
All right. It's the last episode. I feel like I'm constantly doing this dance with this show where I liked one episode and then it's like, haha, no, you didn't, motherfucker. And then it knocks me back on my ass. Like, so this was just so unnecessary. Like I was all excited. In a mini series.
You called Daredevil being in this episode. So did I.
Oh,
and
dude.
I was like, yeah, I know.
That's all we're gonna get to is that fucking hat box. That is all we're gonna get a Daredevil. Not gonna be in the show, you know, or he'll show up at the very end of the last episode and he'll just be like, Miss Walters.
I would love that.
He's just gonna show up
Bullshit.
at the very end, flip on the street next to She-Hulk and go, "Who's She-Hulk? Who's She-Hulk? I'm
He just
Daredevil."
goes cameo and disappears.
I can't see. I'm
That's a
blind.
throwback, y'all. You know that. Yeah, that's a throwback bit to me and Jelani and Brooks, man.
I want the entire Defenders from Netflix on the last episode, but just like in the background at a cafe eating some shawarma or some shit, and Jen just walks past them. There's no interaction. There's no nothing, you know, and then we could spend the next year debating what the fuck that meant. All in all, it's like I said, just a dumb. It's dumb, and what pisses me off most about it is that Titania, again, is just a joke. Like, why are we wasting time on a villain who just gets slapped around every time? Like, the bit itself isn't funny enough to sustain the show. It's like the annoying kid on a Nickelodeon tween series, right? It just shows up, has one dimension, one bit, and then it just always gets foiled by the star. Like, it's very annoying because I feel like we're wasting a lot of time on a throwaway villain, and they're trying to do this misdirect thing. Like we're not going to know that Mallory's married to Todd or whatever the fuck's going on in the background in the intelligentsia. Like, they're trying to act like they're being clever and misdirecting by putting this dumb fucking villain.
You telling me
in front
you
of
think
us.
Todd's a bad guy?
I think Todd's a bad guy. Believe it or not, I think
Like,
Todd's
we've
a
been
bad
saying
guy.
that since the Wrecking Crew fucking showed up. Like,
I think Todd and Mallory are married, and I think that's her husband she was alluding to. That's why he was in her office. But regardless, this
That makes a
Titania
lot of
thing,
sense.
it's a waste of fucking time. And
I hate her makeup.
and
I hate
I'm
that
gonna throw
stupid wig. I hate everything about. I hate her dumb clothes. I hate the ruffles on her clothes.
the voice.
Whoever came up with that bullshit that she's
man.
wearing right now. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
I'm
dude,
gonna tell y'all
dude.
this. One of the things I really, really like in this show is Titania, because
Oh no.
I got a crush.
Oh no.
I got a crush on her, you know, like ever since The Good Place. Like, I've had a crush on what's her name?
She's great.
She keep like what's her name? Jamil something Jamil. Anyway,
When
You
they
think if
broke
I
up
had that
in
much
the
of a
end,
Jamila
crush-
Jamil or
that was
something?
funny.
yeah, something like that. Jamil, something like that.
I don't care at
Jamila
this
Jamil.
point.
That's
She
probably
needs
why
to
I
fire
like.
her wardrobe. She
That's
needs to
probably
fire her
why
fucking wardrobe.
I
That's
like
it.
the dating episode, because the guy that she brought home was hot as fuck. But I'm just gonna put this on because I can't afford to lose any more subscribers this week. I agree 100% with Jelani. Hashtag fuck this show.
my God.
But like I said, I can't afford to lose any more subscribers, so we're gonna end it at that. It's wasting my time. It's wasting my time on short. I mean, and it's a short. Here's the fucked up part.
Perry,
The
I'm gonna
show
need you
ca-
to do that hashtag fuck the show every so often. Just in case we need to-
The worst part is that it makes us inconsistent to shit, because like some episodes were like it needed to be 20 minutes, and then earlier in the show we're like, no, it needs to be a 10-minute web series. Like we have to be inconsistent because we have to talk about a inconsistent as fuck show.
You ain't told me shit in 6 episodes. Six episodes.
No,
6.
and
I paid for weeks for 2 months. I saw that bill like yesterday. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh yeah, stupid ass shield. Shit.
Oh shit.
Vern, that's the same
100%.
question we're asking ourselves tonight, man. To be honest, with
Y'all
you.
still doing this?
Still time to switch.
Oh, that said, you know, it
Actually-
delivered exactly what it has been. So, you know, I'll leave it at that.
All right. Let's
Sorry.
I think we can veer into a little bit more promised positive territory here. Brooks, what did you think about this episode overall?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's doing, you know, it's still doing the thing. I like that they got the moment of the two of them drinking whiskey in the office after a successful case, which was a thing that I wanted to see, and I got it.
You just sprung on Mallory, man. Come on.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I was mad. It hurt my heart when she was married. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
she
like I don't get why everybody's so down on the show. I think it's been all right so far. I mean, it's not like a chore to watch or anything. And out of all the episodes so far, this one actually felt like it didn't feel like it was too short or too long. It felt like to me like it was, you know, about the right amount of
Didn't run its
time.
course. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm having fun. I'm still having fun with the show. I'm still liking it. I like the fight too between Titania and She-Hulk. I like how she sucker punched her after she grew up.
That reminded me of
that's a super dick move. Somebody's like kicking their guts up, and you just walk up and sucker punch them.
Yeah.
She like patted on her on the back before she did it too. Like,
How you
oh,
doing?
She's
pow.
like, she kicked the shit out of her too.
I love her fucking Valley Girl accent, man. Because she's like British or some shit, right? But like,
Yeah.
I love them. I actually like Titania. I hate the fact that she's not threatening at all
She's
in the
not
show.
threatening.
She's a joke.
She
Yeah.
dresses terribly. I don't understand for a fashion influencer how she
Man,
dresses
I would
so
swipe.
poorly.
What is it? Swipe right? Yeah, I would swipe
Yeah.
right 3 times
She got
for
all
her.
that crap. She got all that crap on her face for no reason. It's like gold leaf foil.
She's expressing
What,
her
you ain't-
creativity.
You don't have like Gene Simmons fetish or anything like that, man? Come
No
on.
good, man. Gene Simmons did better. Hashtag Gene Simmons did better.
Well, you're right. Is that a T-shirt? No, Gene Simmons will sue the fuck out of us if we get that one. All right. So Brooks, you like it. You like it.
Yeah.
You're enjoying it. And here's the thing. I don't think it's a struggle to watch it. I like watching the show. I don't mind it, but I don't like necessarily prioritizing this show.
Yeah, it's
If
not
that
like
makes
great.
sense.
It's not like WandaVision, you know, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, WandaVision made me bad first 3 episodes. So until it got to where it was going, I was like, also fuck this show. But I was okay
Had they-
until we got there. We
That's a
got
good point
there.
because had they released the first 3 WandaVision episodes weekly instead of all at once, it would have probably been off to a different start than
Oh yeah.
than
Yeah.
it received.
It was already off
point.
to that rough start releasing those 3. Like they
Right.
probably needed to release fucking 4, to be
4
honest
of
with
them.
you.
You got to
Anyway.
get people into the story, and you for this show they haven't done that yet.
See, but I was down with
Everything is a
WandaVision.
jumping off
WandaVision was doing something innovative to me. It was
I get it.
referencing the history of television
Sitcoms
with
and shit,
Marvel,
I get it.
with the MCU's first TV show. It was the history of television, and
By
I was
decade.
in for that, right? Yeah, I was in for that because they let
got
us
that the
know that
first
that's what they were
episode.
fucking doing. So anyway,
I like that episode, but that should have been longer too.
well, maybe we need to revisit WandaVision. I don't know, but
We'll rewatch them all.
yeah, we'll rewatch them
All of them.
all. All of them. Yeah.
Everybody, I'll enjoy Loki.
I cannot make it through
I
What
don't
If
know.
again. I'll tell you that, man.
You won't
Steph,
do
What really?
yeah,
Alright.
Steph, why don't you tell us what you thought? What if Steph told us what he thought about this episode of She-Hulk?
She-Hulk. I had a few bullet points I wrote down real quick. I actually did like the shot of her walking up in the dress. I didn't think that looked too bad.
That was the budget of the episode.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, put a lot of money into that. Fuck the bride. Mr. Immortal.
Lulu?
Great Lakes. I actually like Mr. Immortal. Like he's always kind of been a joke. Like I feel like that's some shit that he
Same
would,
dude from
you
Book of
know.
Boba Fett, man.
Dude, that dude cracked me up. 'Cause
Is it?
We all wish that,
Yes.
like, we all
The
wish
same
that
way
when a
guy.
relationship got stale, we could just like die and then
And
come
go
back.
move on. Yeah, that was like, come on now.
Why
That's
was that man not
We have
ingenious.
to have that awkward, uncomfortable conversation. Like, it's not me, it's not you, it's me. Like,
Why
you
would
have
you
to
jump
do
out
that.
the window?
I
like
remember.
you
Remember, he's a
like
nice
that?
guy. He's a nice guy, so he's doing the nice thing.
He jumps off the out the window to get away from a women conversation. When you just
No, he was trying to prove his point. He was like, "All right, you guys aren't taking me seriously. Let me just show you how it's done. Since you guys are going
This
to
is
take
not
my
a
case off."
cartoon show. It would be nice if it was a cartoon show, but unfortunately,
Dude,
it's not a cartoon show.
I totally thought that he committed suicide because they were like telling him he was disgusting. I didn't know he was like gonna be Mr. Immortal, so I was like, oh shit.
Yes,
Did they
I
just
was like,
make
"Is that
him try
really
to
Mr.
commit
Immortal?"
suicide? And
Well,
I'm like, how are they gonna explain the way out of this one? Like,
one of the things that I
just jump out
love,
the window.
one of the things that I love about this is that all these people, they're like, how can the Fantastic Four and the X-Men have existed this entire time and never be talked about? Well, Mr. fucking Immortal exists, god damn
Been
it.
around.
He's been around, like literally around, spreading the fucking.
I feel like
mate.
they're gonna explain the Fantastic Four like they've been off on an adventure or some shit for the last few
We
years.
always
That's why.
think they were
They've been in the negative zone, man.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who cares?
60s.
But Steph,
I
continue.
did,
Continue.
Oh, I dug the little rom-com segment with the banter between her and her date. I thought it was pretty funny when she like finally hulked out and she like walks into the ballroom and he like has this big cheesing smile and she like waves real quick. Thought that was cute. The wedding, that fight kind of reminded me of like a bridesmaid version of the fight between Tony and Rhodey in Iron Man 2 when they're trying to get Rhodey's trying to get the armor back, and he even had the DJ and shit mixing music in the background. I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed this for the most part. It wasn't, it was a decent episode. It wasn't one of the stronger episodes, but overall I had fun. It was entertaining.
This is filler in the middle of it. It's filler.
I do agree with that. I think the whole Robbie had said something earlier about the promo had Daredevil on it, and I was like, yo, just keep it in there because it's just like Daredevil. It's just like Disney foreshadowing Daredevil last episode, but not him showing up this
It should
episode.
be
It would
a
have been the
dumb
same
picture
thing.
Right.
of Jen Walters
So, like,
every episode.
I got to first of all give a shout out to Manny. He does the thumbnails for all these episodes, and he always tries to predict what the next 3 episodes are going to focus on, and he's always way the fuck off.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
This one,
Yo,
was
I can't
Daredevil.
fault him for that though, because
But-
they
but
set
Steph
that
was-
shit up.
But Steph had a good point. He's like, we probably should have put Daredevil in every thumbnail of this. So people were like, wait, Daredevil's in this episode? And then they
That's what
listen
Disney
to it
do
and
with the
they're like,
trailers and shit.
oh,
Yeah.
no, it's not.
That damn Daredevil mask is Jake Lockley's fucking sarcophagus in the fucking mental institution, and he's not going to show up till the very fucking end, just like Moon Knight. It's awful.
Or it's Quicksilver from WandaVision, and it's just some bullshit.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's Boner. It's Ralph Boner. Surprise.
I think that was
Weird.
another move on Disney's part. They knew that people were going to buy into the fact that actor played Quicksilver in another iteration of a Marvel-owned property. They
That's
were just
Kevin Feige trolling us, man.
Yeah.
Why is Loki
Now,
the
Daredevil's
best one?
literally Daredevil is
Why?
here because in D23, like they did show like a clip, and they almost
Of
like
him and
kissed the
Walter.
clip, right? Like
Yeah.
like She-Hulk and Daredevil almost kiss or whatever. So like he is going to be in it in the Leapfrog episode, it seems, which they set all that shit up. It's supposed to seem like last week. But okay, so Steph, you enjoyed it overall, you would say.
yeah.
I was about to start getting into some story. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go ahead and skip and go into story, because one thing I wanted to say that I do like about this episode, even though it's filler, even though it's seemingly misplaced in the series and the structure overall,
Yeah.
Jen breaks the fourth wall and tells us that in the very
Tells you
fucking
that,
beginning,
yeah.
right?
At the end of it, yeah. Yep.
But the other thing is, and by the way, thank you so much for the super chat, Variety Content Entertainment.
Hey, station.
Just
Yeah.
send us a message on the socials, and we'll see what's up.
Oh yeah.
But what I liked is, okay, so this show, I'm starting to figure out exactly what it is. You have all these people saying like, oh, what the show is, aka woke, or it's like feminist, or this or that, right? I'm not talking about any of that shit. But this is a show from a certain type of woman's perspective. A type of woman that hates fake men and fake women, or the type of man that hates fake men and fake women, because that's what we're dealing with here. Like in Mr. Immortal, he's fake, he's a liar, right? Yeah. That's the thing. Dennis, he's fake, he's a liar. Like Titania, like so.
Actually, Dennis is living his best life.
Yeah.
By the way,
the bride was a hater.
Yeah.
By the way, the bride, is she marrying a dog?
No,
did I miss this?
No.
He was the groomsman that was
the groomsman.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Jonathan.
Jesus Christ, because I was like, I got really confused in that bit for a second. Like, I don't know. And then in the fucking post credits, or not there's no post credits in this one again.
Who did she marry?
But I don't know. But they don't. I think they show the groom. But like in the leader. In the drawing, it's Todd. It's fucking Todd. And it's Todd McFarlane. He pulls off the mask, and it's Todd McFarlane.
Hey guys,
I told you guys.
We're gonna put a comic book inside of a comic book and sell it to people.
No, in the illustrations at the end, you see her cousin, Jennifer's cousin, like kissing on Lulu in the fuck. Anyway, moving on. One thing I do like about it though is it's taking what it does with this episode is it takes a very common trope, and whenever, especially in the fucking 90s, some studio exec was like, how can we get women in theaters? And they go, a wedding-centered romantic comedy. You know what I'm saying?
The wedding planner.
And they're playing up that bullshit. Like, they're playing like she's annoyed. We're all annoyed to get invited to weddings. You know, and like certain lines really work for me where they're like, who has a wedding on a Thursday? Her reaction when she opens that shit and the confetti goes, she's like, I gotta fucking clean this shit up now. It's so obnoxious to get shit like that. So I feel like they nailed that with the style of this episode, with the structure of it. It does feel a bit misplaced, but like Brooke said, I wasn't necessarily bored or didn't. I thought this episode was all right, like, but not all the jokes land, and there needs to be more jokes so that the jokes that don't land don't stick the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every great comedy's got jokes that don't land necessarily, but the show's not quite as cleverly written as I think they think it is. What do you think about the story, the writing, Jelena?
Oh, it's terrible. It's one of the worst freaking writers I've ever seen. It's like a middle school like bullpen for like a high school or a middle school newspaper. We got to get this stuff out by this date and do this. It's terrible. It's absolutely atrocious. Like, I've seen comedies. I've laughed at comedies for years, like all my life. And like, I mean, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to make people laugh and do stuff in a situational comedy that you're trying to be, but you haven't done it yet. This is missing something. It's missing big chunk of heart. There's something big missing, time. And I've said that pretty much every episode. It is missing that thing that's just like, it just makes it good. It's just like, I don't know what, it's not good. It's mediocre. It's mid at best. I smoke this and go to sleep for like 15 minutes. That's what this is. I'm like, oh, it's so bummed. It's like, I don't know how to explain like the structure of why you're doing it. I'm glad you're doing A and B plots. You explain that to me in Fourth Wall. By the way, the Fourth Wall now isn't the fourth wall anymore. It's just her saying something funny and talking to us at the beginning. And that's it. And I'm like, no, Fourth Wall is supposed to be like her trying on dresses. Her is supposed to be doing it. You try on dresses.
Malcolm in the Middle style.
And yeah, you do it sectionally. And if you're gonna have like a freaking, if you do a montage of awesome stuff that Jen does to try on outfits and things like that, that's what they should have done last week. But they don't have a budget. They ain't got no money. This was just Jen. This was just Jen, not because she wanted to be She-Hulk at a wedding. Oh, hell no. They couldn't afford her being She-Hulk. It was an absolute disaster. It's written poorly. It's told poorly by children. It wants me to expect it to love it. And I cannot love it. I'm sorry. It's awful. It's actually, all right. It's ridiculous. And I'm tired of
me to love it, and I cannot love it.
I am tired of seeing mid. I'm tired of seeing mid on my screen for 6 whole episodes of just mid, where you ain't told me no story. You ain't gave me no funny moments except Madison. What the fuck is wrong with this show? Why haven't you done this, writers? Why is it a different writer for every episode, but every one of y'all dumb as hell? Y'all didn't read the script for the last week. You looked at last week's script, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is fine. Oh, yeah, let's skip all that shit. There's an inhibitor that we missed a few weeks ago with Emil Blonsky. He has an inhibitor on his wrist. Okay, Hulk just made an inhibitor for his arm before he got cut in the accident and gave Jen her powers. He was the only one that had an inhibitor. Jen didn't want these powers. She could get an inhibitor.
Yeah,
she
we
could
mentioned
put it
that.
on her wrist.
Yeah.
What makes me mad is this. The fact that I hate this show. I'm done.
Nice horny
What
time
makes you
horse
mad?
shirt, by the way. Nice shirt, Delaney. Appreciate that. Fable, I'm
Represent.
sorry that you got to follow up Delaney tonight.
The first time I've ever been high in the freaking count here, and you got me going after Delaney when he's mad. Oh,
It's in
man.
the order we showed up, man. It's just the way it goes nowadays, man. You know, I'm trying to be fair, man.
Sorry, guys.
People are gonna start showing up 2 hours early. Like I'm just go ahead and enter, so I don't have to follow Delaney. Fable, what'd you think about the writing in the episode?
I didn't think there was much writing going on, man. This seemed like a lot of riffing in the acting, which I did enjoy. I'm not gonna lie. I did I did enjoy. They felt natural. They all felt like good friends and things like that. It wasn't stiff or anything. Like Link said earlier, or somebody said with the relationship with the guy, the date, right?
Oh, the run. Yeah, yeah. They had a good rapport.
It's good rapport. You know, the cousin's a fucking obnoxious asshole, and you know that whole family drama. But Delaney's not wrong. There is no story going on here. I mean, like he said, if the whole revelation of this is because she wanted to be She-Hulk out of West, she wanted to be recognized, but meanwhile, she didn't want to be She-Hulk. She wanted to be Jen, like just Jen, and now she wants to be She-Hulk so bad.
That's
So
part of her growth, I think, in the whole show is that at first she wants to hide away from it. Then she realizes that she likes that attention. She
but we're
likes
talking
being the
about
star.
one episode, though. It's not.
What if this was like
built up.
a one shot? You know, in like comics, sometimes they have an arc. They have a one shot, and then they kick off the
No,
like
you
a one
guys-
story,
I
and they
got
kick off the next stuff.
episodes.
I actually think it's a
9
good, valid
episodes.
follow-up to last episode where she realized she wants the She-Hulk name. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's a good
Kind of her trying to
follow-up
take
to
it.
that. And we've all been
I
to
have to
those
think about
weddings
that.
where or like some kind of get together where you want to like show these fucks from your younger life that like you
Like look at
you're
me.
doing good, man.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at me.
Yeah.
You know, I got a YouTube channel. 12 people are watching us talk about She-Hulk right now. I mean, I'm somebody.
The problem is that season 2 of the Incredible Hulk 90s cartoon show did this fucking episode at her high school reunion, and they did it a lot better. You know, so we've already fucking seen this shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
But yeah, I gotta. When you talk about story, you know, I like this episode. I'm part of the people that kind of enjoyed it. But when you talk about story, I agree. There's hardly any.
Speaking of hardly anything there, Manny, what do you think about the story in this episode?
Oh, I think that this episode would have been really cool to put in episode 2 because they dealt with similar fucking themes, and we could have been one episode closer to being done. Because it really, I mean, it is right that she gets fired from her job in episode 2. She's trying to find her place. She doesn't want to be the Hulk, and then at the wedding she wants to be the Hulk. So there's kind of a cool juxtaposition there. We could have maybe tied that in thematically a little bit better and just drag the Emil Blonsky shit out for the season then, so at least we have some interesting.
They couldn't afford him for more than a couple episodes.
Well, just cut some of his scenes and just put them.
Splice them apart. Okay.
I don't think you're understanding how much Benedict Wong's pay rate's going up. Too.
Yeah.
The Lori's on
Kevin
screen.
Feige's like, bro, you all we got.
Yeah.
You're our Stan Lee.
Theory, bro.
You're our Stan Lee.
You could tell that this show, they knew what they had, right? They filmed this months ago. They knew what they had. And you could tell that, I guess, when the trailer came out, everybody started bagging on it or whatever. It was a last minute, like, audible from Feige and said, let's put Hulk right in the beginning. Like
They're like,
in the
kill,
middle,
Put all the bangers
yeah,
in the beginning.
kill.
Yeah.
Because once they
42,
figure
blue.
out that this is just like a half-hour comedy, Full House, like you might say, then they're gonna dip, right? So this will keep them in.
It got really, the quality started to super dip when they're like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna throw Andor out and we're gonna do all these other, you know what I mean? Like they're like we just got to keep them for a little tiny bit, you know what I mean? And that's, I don't know, that's what happened here. It was, I worked on logos the entire time I watched this episode. Like I did not, I looked up very briefly throughout this episode because I could, as soon as the wedding thing started, I was like, oh shit, and I had a little
wedding.
No,
I don't know what that was. What was that? It's written so poorly. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought it was like a wedding rehearsal at first.
Yeah, it went from a rehearsal dinner.
It's a rehearsal.
Straight to the reception.
Yeah, that confused me. I'm not gonna lie. That confused.
Because they didn't have the time, and they don't have the budget to fucking put She-Hulk in there. Like,
this movie is trash.
Well, and
it's not a movie because it's a 9-hour movie.
Well, it turns
actually 4.5 hour movie because it's 9 episodes, like 30 minutes.
It's an origin story. Next season she'll be the Jen Walters.
All right, let's let Manny finish that one. We're
I
gonna
was
go
just
long
gonna
as
say,
fuck tonight, aren't we?
I was just gonna say, in terms of like moving this to episode 2, you then go into the dating thing where that fucking cute dog, she had to walk down with the dog. She had no date for a wedding. She had no drip, no swag. Then that dog could have been taking the fucking witness stand, which would have been adorable in the fucking Titania trademark episode. This could have been edited way better. Marvel, I am available for hire if you need. You know,
it's awful.
All right, well let's turn this frown upside down. Brooks, what did you think about the story in this episode?
I liked it. I'm glad they did just a standalone episode. I thought it was kind of cool that they did that. It was like they had to have known people were gonna fill their diapers over it. It's like, who cares? Like, motherfuckers gonna fill their diapers regardless of what you do at this point. So like, might as well have fun with it.
Right, that's true. Right.
2 months. Let's see, it's 14.
Speaking of filling diapers,
$16.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was just like, it was a fun little episode, with her going to a wedding. There's still little legal stuff, I think I liked it.
I'm glad you liked it. I mean, I like what they were doing, the way they were almost subverting wedding romantic comedies from the 90s.
Yeah, I loved the little conversation between her and her friend where she's like, "Oh, so you don't have anybody special in your life, Like when somebody like who's like, who's finally like found their
there's someone
partner or whatever likes to fucking like kind of needle you about, oh, you're still a lonely loser.
Yeah. And then you go, I actually do fucking have someone, but you told me I couldn't bring my fucking cat.
Oh,
right. That's what I'm like. Like, come on. Can we you can
stop
bring your dog into a liquor store, but you can't bring your cat to a fucking wedding. It's so weird. So fucking weird. All right, Steph, what do you think about the writing in this episode?
It was, it was enjoyable. I looked at it as like, they do 6-issue arc, and usually they'll do like a one shot after that, a standalone story for a breather before they set up the next couple arc or the next few issues. And I just look at it as like that. Like these next 3 episodes, I think are gonna be like what people haven't really, where it hasn't really gelled for them. I think this will be like the meat, the next 3 episodes. Because they're kind of alluding to it throughout this episode, like shit's getting to a boiling point between the Intelligentsia, Titania. Even though she's still portrayed as a joke, I think there's still more there they're gonna reveal. Like there's like a conspiracy because she is the cousin of the Hulk. He's like the biggest destruction weapon there is.
I guarantee you, Samuel Stearns has been trying to get Hulk blood since he injected that shit into his fucking brain 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? So,
yeah. And they just set him up.
Yeah, I just want more Wrecking Crew, man. Can we see more of them dumbass motherfuckers?
Yeah,
like, spinning
I'm
their
not gonna
fucking
lie.
crowbar and shit?
Like Wrecking Crew, more, please.
They were fun.
Well, let me
It's been
ask
a
you
fun
guys
show.
a question. Can I ask you guys a question? Does a show have to have this overarching?
Yes. It's in
okay.
the MCU. Yes. If I gotta watch WandaVision to watch Multiverse of Madness, yes. They already broke that precedent.
But
So,
you don't.
yes.
You're like that dude who's
I
like,
think
so I
she-
got to read fucking 25 years of X-Men to understand this crossover. No,
Apparently.
man. They catch you up.
Apparently.
They get you caught in. You know how we started reading you know how we all got into these superhero stories. We just jumped the fuck
Midway.
in, man.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta jump in, and you're supposed to jump in. But the problem is, if you're making this story a part of Hulk's story, and eventually we're getting a World War Hulk movie or whatever, we're gonna have to know like that goofy guy that stabbed
so
the
you
needle.
ain't got no problem with the
inside
fucking
the
Infinity
Wrecking
War?
Crew.
You ain't got no problem with the Infinity War. I had to watch Guardians of the
None.
Galaxy to understand what that fucking
None.
space stone
Because
was.
they were
Like,
making
you're-
sense when they talked. When they made sense when they talked.
It doesn't
Like,
piss you off.
they
You got to
told
watch
a
Dark
story.
World to understand what the Reality Stone does,
No.
man. Like that doesn't piss you
No.
off.
You
Man,
know
that's
why?
you
And
were
this
wrong
series-
on that one, bro. I'm sorry.
She's been
man.
trying to build her confidence
I
throughout the
just want you to
series
know,
of the show.
The MCU's just now fucking us, man. They've been fucking us this entire time, okay? But because they made some good stuff here and there, you forgave it. But they mean, come on, man. Like-
Ant-Man exists. I understand.
But
Yeah,
at least before Infinity War, that shit was all movies.
Yeah.
I went to the
It was
movies. I
all
watched the movies
movies.
because it's like watching a fucking film franchise. Like
explain, Manny.
you know you
Yeah,
can
but
watch
you
all
guys-
them. Now I gotta have an app.
we
I gotta
wanted to
watch on
watch it.
TV. I gotta.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
there's so
you
much
guys said it
more to
earlier.
now.
WandaVision started with the television decades or whatever, right? Setting up the different kinds of television. What if that was the precursor to let you know that these shows will be based on different types of shows? This is the sitcom right here.
Yeah.
The one before that was the Babysitters Club, teenager
That's
stuff.
because Scarlet Witch
know-
has a power that gave her that power to do that.
I mean, but
makes
they've done that with movies. Captain America: Winter Soldier was espionage thriller, like
Yeah,
you know.
some of them are.
Yeah.
Some of
But it
them,
was good.
Some of them are cinematic. I think Loki. I think Loki and
Am I
Captain Winter
wrong?
Soldier. Okay, Loki and the Falcon Winter Soldier and Hawkeye are the more cinematic approaches so far.
right.
The other ones
Yeah.
do that. And
Loki's the only
that's why
one
they're
that makes
specifically
sense
letting
to
you
the
know.
multiverse.
They're specifically letting you know the next series, which is Secret Invasion, which is what, January, right? Thank God they're giving us
Nobody-
fucking-
Serious.
God,
Serious.
I
right?
hated that.
Well, they're like, this is gonna be spy. This is gonna be like your Tom
Yeah.
Clancy shit, right?
More like Winter Soldier. I'm hoping.
Don't worry, it's gonna be woke. They're gonna woke it.
Jesus
I
Christ.
can't
All
wait.
right, but this series, she's been trying to build her confidence within herself and
wanna-
as She-Hulk, and I think they really this was a good episode that exemplified of her trying to let her hair down per se,
Yeah.
and embrace She-Hulk,
Try to
embrace
enjoy it, man.
the dualities of being Jen, and yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever had to be at a wedding depressed, but like I had to. So like I kind of feel it a little bit more. All right, let's move on. Performances. Any performances stand out for me? Jamil. Like, I mean, you want if she ever wants to come on the show, it will just be me, just you. I'll make you comfortable. I'll light some candles. It'll be
It'd
nice.
like
Anyway,
Christopher Walken as the Continental.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Champagne.
Would you like some champagne? I also really do like Mr. Immortal. I thought at first I was like, is this like Bill Nye's brother? Like, I don't know what's going on here, but I liked him. I thought it was
I'm a
fun.
nice
I thought it was
guy.
funny. I thought it was I liked his performance. So what about any performance stand out for you, Jelani? I hesitate to ask.
In this episode, hold on.
You don't even think Maslany did good in this episode? Because I do.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think, and you have even said this along with the rest of us. It's not the performances that are off.
It's the writing. It's the structure. It's
So what
it is.
did any
I'm
performance
thinking
stand
about
out?
it. Give me a minute. Gosh,
We're gonna put on a show, man. Just name
I
one.
say like Nikki because she got nice legs. There you go. Nikki.
Okay.
Nikki negotiated the in Mr. Immortal.
That was a great scene. Yeah.
Wives and got everybody together and does that.
There's some
She has
growth
that
there.
knack about her.
From
There's a
paralegal
growth
to
from her.
lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are getting. I'm trying to be positive, but last week it showed a character, but it feels like she was still. This week it didn't feel like she was in service to Jen. Except, I'm sorry, I take that back. No, I take that back. She totally told her about the story about the intelligentsia and all that stuff. But
through a voice message.
Through a voice message. So it's there that her character got a little bit of, just a tiny bit of growth, just a little bit. Like she's good with people, so she works well with large crowds, knows how to manage and get things
Crowd
together.
control.
Crowd control. She's that person. So I get that in book. Oh my lord. Oh, she have all. Oh Lord, that hurt my heart. She goes there.
They just don't have enough time to juggle their cast,
Which is
the biggest
fine,
problem.
but it is.
It'd be fine if this was.
Mess.
It's so weird because it's like if this was a 22 episode 1993, we'd be like, this is pretty solid.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
Whereas
fine.
back then it would have been Bridget Nelson painted green, and we'd been like, it's fine.
These stories have been written better by better writers. It's too scatterbrained.
Go ahead and say it. You want to say it? John Byrne did it better.
John Byrne did do it better. John Byrne did better. Every time, every time in every way.
All right.
I'm done.
Fable, any performance stand out for you?
Yeah, I like the cousin, man. The Lulu, was that her name? The cousin. She was just so obnoxious and so truthful.
Oh my gosh, She-Hulk is at my wedding. I love you.
When she told her, like, you're not gonna She-Hulk at my wedding, right? You're taking all the spotlight, like
all the attention.
straight up. And then later when she's telling her about all her accomplishments, like, yeah, I'm a lawyer at this and that, and she's like, yeah, I didn't want any of that. Like, are you dating somebody or something like that? She's so blunt and obnoxious. I thought she was pretty funny. So yeah, I like her.
Yeah, she's good. And we've all been. I fucking hate this. I fucking think I hate weddings because like they always want you to fucking. They do this in this episode. They want you to fucking do something. Hey, will you go grab some fucking ice? Hey, will you go fucking do this? Hey, will you
got to cater to the people?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. And then it's not even a fucking free bar. At this wedding,
right.
Fuck, that's
bullshit.
Fuck off.
That's some bullshit.
I don't even drink, but I keep on going to say that's some bullshit.
There you go.
Like I hate weddings, but I love like after wedding receptions. Like the reception party is the only reason to go to a fucking wedding.
Unless you got to pay for the alcohol.
If you can't even like go all out, it's like what the fuck? Why am I even here?
Yeah, no shit. If you can't afford a free fucking bar, just go to the goddamn courthouse and we can go to the club afterwards.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There you go.
Like, geez, we can all pitch in and rent the fucking rec room of my apartment building. You know what I'm saying? We can all rent that.
Yeah.
Like, we can do that. There's a fucking pool table in there. We can do that shit. Actually,
if you're gonna make me sit through this boring ass ceremony, at least let me fucking wild out afterwards.
Yeah, you better have some good food. You better have some fucking dancing, and you better have some fucking alcohol, man, and plenty of it. Speaking of plenty of
let's be honest.
Oh, go ahead, Steph.
No, I was gonna say, just on the wedding bits. Let's be honest. So people are taking time out of their day to come and watch you guys embrace your love, which is cool.
And ask for gifts. They're begging for gifts.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Help us start our new chapter in this life. Please come support us.
We need to start a new bit. Like, let's be honest with Steph. Let's be honest with Missing Link. Right. I want to see that on Blame Fable tonight when it returns. What, this weekend? Jesus.
No, hiatus this weekend. We ran into some difficulties.
Okay, so soon though. But when y'all come back, I want to see that bit. Like, give them 30 seconds just to. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I like that.
Manny, what do you think? Any performance stand out?
The fucking dog was fucking fire, man. Just adorable.
It's like the fifth time Manny's mentioned it.
Everybody did what they've been doing. Like Titania played Titania exactly the same way she's played her already. Maslany is always affable or affable. Affable's the right word. Sorry.
She's affable too, man.
That was not what I meant. Affable. Yeah. I'm sorry. I am 100% not that. But
I'm gonna use that.
It was. Fuck, I feel horrible that I fucking tried to even use a big word now. I'm like,
you got a new fucking bit here, and I love it, man.
God
damn, you're so affable. Affable.
I know because I 100% did not mean that to come out the way it did. but it was good. I
That's
mean,
what she said.
all the performances were good. I don't know. I guess I need to like expect this is what Marvel's doing, because like this show is very much the same as it was the same as the fucking current Spider-Man run. All the faces are fucking wonky. The fucking heart is missing from the story.
That's
I'll give
the
a
goddamn coloring.
They-
Okay, that's the goddamn coloring. It's not on Armida.
all right.
Oh man,
I've
don't go
seen
down
the
that
original
road.
line work. It's not
Coloring-
Armida, okay?
The coloring did not
I
make
respect that,
everybody's. The coloring did not make everybody's eyes spread out like the singer from fucking Hoobastank. That was JR. You know it.
30 issues.
know- no.
He's like an artist that needs a certain inker and colorist to really.
But they want us to care. They're aping a fucking Melissa McCarthy movie from like 20 fucking years ago, just like how ASM decided to pull back the fucking Hellfire Gala. Like that's what's happening. Marvel's they're broadcasting what's gonna happen. Read your comic books, you'll find out what's gonna happen on the screen. And if you need comic books, you can go to thgtoys.com and choose from any of our wide selection of. But that being said, the dog did a damn good job. Everybody else did their damn thing. So the performances aren't the problem.
Okay, I like that Brooks mentioned chill, because I just wanted to point this out real quick. Just get this off my. I don't have a Rockin Robbie live this weekend because I'm going to be in Memphis. But so last week I get called a Marvel hater. And this week, I get called a Marvel shill for liking Exterminators. So I don't know how this works out, but okay.
Used to be cool, man.
I know, man. Apparently, I sold out. Both ways. I don't fucking know, man. It is what it is. Brooks, any performance stand out to you?
I like the love interest that was introduced in here. The guy she met at the wedding, like that dude, like. He has to be like an intelligentsia undercover agent or something. I'm calling it now.
Smooth.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I like the chemistry they have.
He's the fucking mad thinker or some bullshit, you know?
He had a lot of personality as opposed to like the guy she hooked up with at She-Hulk. He was like really,
like
his acting was bad.
They actually had like some fun exchanges between them.
Yeah.
But, I'm hoping like.
Man, he's so worried about being fucking canceled. Look at this.
Well, no, but I 100% did not mean it like that.
You can cancel me. I'm pretty much canceled. I'm done.
I just about this, man.
Whatever.
What do you guys? Did anybody get excited? Okay, so they name drop the intelligentsia, right? And you're like, okay, that's leading in some leader bullshit. That's cool. And there's a piece of me that's like, surely they're going to make it more than just Breitbart, right? Like there's this, like, they made it just that website, right? Like, and I get that there's more of it. Like, I'm just so tired of like, so many people do this. Like, I get it, man. This has been a rough fucking 5 years. It's been a rough 10 years. It's been a rough 20 years. You know what? You want to be really fucking honest? It's been a rough last 2 fucking million years, okay? Jesus Christ. Okay? That's just, we get it. But like, to have people keep doing the same fucking analogy, the same fucking metaphor, I get it. I don't like fucking racist assholes and fucking dumbasses either. I get it. Like, can we do something else? Like, Jesus Christ. Can we do like a cabal of mad scientists in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Is fucking dope. You don't need to tie it into something like
always
socially
real world
relevant
issue
of the fucking moment, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't, and even I'm not
It
even
dates your show.
Oh,
yeah.
It
Megan Thee
dates
Stallion.
Megan
it
Thee
also
Stallion.
makes me it also to me shows a lack
It's
of
me.
confidence to
Me.
directly in your show like acknowledge and respond to criticism. Like I feel, this is me, right? But like in business, if someone is negative about you and your business, the more you respond and obsess with like proving them wrong, the more like immature that seems. And it feels like this show is going out of its way in every episode to kind of like almost
To troll.
to like
to
acknowledge its criticism and to combat it.
No,
right?
there's a social media element to this show for sure. It's underlying. You said it's a woman's perspective. Yeah, it is, but it's a woman's perspective through the lens of today's social media. I mean, they're talking about dating apps and putting up profiles and everything revolving around kind of the net. You know, how she's perceived in the media through the internet. Everything is this and then the way they do the show, it's almost to get memeable moments. There's an internet quality, and that's why it's not that it's a bad show. It's just not a show for you. Because like I said, I know plenty of people. I see it on my gram every day. You know, I'm on the gram. This show is great. This is awesome. Everything you said, I can point to a post on the gram that contradicts everything. So, you know, I think it's that way on purpose, though.
Well, I think it's on purpose because I think they know.
Yeah.
I think they know that on social media, which apparently matters more than fucking anything to anybody right now, more than making fucking money, right? We care more about the retweets than we care about the fucking, like, making fucking money, having more people watch our fucking show. Like, why should fiction be more inclusive? To get more fucking eyes on it, to make more fucking money. Like, that's any entertainment fucking business out there that's trying to be inclusive or diverse. Like, that's a good thing for them and for society, because for society, everybody needs to see themselves in their fiction. Right. But on the other side, the more people you get into your fiction, the more money you're going to fucking make. Like, it makes fucking sense. Right. Yeah. So like, don't never alienate sections of your audience, especially when they're already built in, when you're doing like a comic book adaptation.
But there's a whole generation of people that the likes are what is a part of their life. We are all before that, right? All of us are. We're all before the era of likes.
No, dude, I'm 20.
But you know what I'm saying? We're all before that era, so we didn't need that positive reinforcement from a heart or something like that to get to the. So maybe we don't get it because we're just not. We don't get it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I think the problem is we get it and we're just like, man, that's so stupid.
I don't like it.
At the same time, I think about the shit I was into. I think about the shit I was into when I was like 20, 21, 22. And I think about the 35 to 40-year-olds, and they were like, been there, done that. Did it better, and fucking $6 Million Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you're like, really? So it's the evolution of culture, the evolution of pop culture.
Well, when I was young, I was into shit like this, right? I mean, this is the type of music that I was into, and and it was, so
you know, I mean, live wire over here, man. I love it.
Still better, CG.
But
Still better, CG.
All right, sweet. I got my clip. So here's the. Here's the thing. No one has, like Robbie's saying, this isn't helpful to Disney. I have been fucking driving around all over hell trying to find a Miss Marvel or She-Hulk costume for my daughter for a con this weekend. They don't fucking exist, which means licensing is either Disney is not pushing these licenses to manufacturers, or manufacturers aren't fucking interested. You know what I mean? So this is not
should be on every Halloween costume shelf. Should be a Miss Marvel costume.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can get Captain Marvel. If you go to Spirit Halloween stores, they have a Captain Marvel exclusive on sale this year. There's not a fucking Miss Marvel in sight. Same thing with She-Hulk. None of that shit is out there right now. But there's a new fucking updated Ant-Man costume for kids. So there's a problem with Disney not trying to reach a mass market. I don't think that they're trying to make a political statement because they're fucking business, right? They should be in the business of making money, but for some reason they're not, and it's driving me fucking nuts. It's driving me nuts because this is not helping the comic sales. It's not helping the hobby. It's not helping the people that are going to continue to invest in these characters. Like, I should be able to, and yeah, I can take my daughter to the comic shop. She can grab a Miss Marvel featuring whatever fucking characters right now. You know what I mean? Like Miss Marvel and Wolverine. But
she ain't even got her own series. Same with Moon Girl right now.
Yeah, it's like they're not. There's no synergy directing a next generation to.
And you know what's crazy?
Stories.
You know what's crazy? In my shop, right? Like, I do all those comic book orders, especially with the graphic novel sales, right? And I pay attention to that shit. in my
Right.
all ages section, Miss Marvel, Spider-Gwen, Miles, Moon Girl, Champions, that shit sells like fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Shit sells like crazy. You got like that's what this is for. We need to
Right.
build the next generation. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And if kids like this show, that's fine, but it's not directed towards kids because
Not at
it's
all.
perpetually about drinking, fucking. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine because that's my life, drinking and fucking. But like you know what I'm saying?
But
Like
they need to go look at their properties and take the best parts of their properties and import that shit because they got graphics that are terrible,
not
but
that
you got
hard.
Mando doing great, right? You need heart. You freaking got Pixar for God's sakes. You got heart for days. Just go borrow some of the stuff they doing over there.
It's
You know,
Disney.
Yeah.
They're messing up so bad on their own stuff. Like, how you mess up your own like little chunk of awesome? You own like huge properties. You have all these resources at your disposal right now. You can ship all the designers overseas.
hold on a second,
and
bro.
all
I
that
don't think
stuff
you
done.
understand that we're in this post-pandemic supply chain
Whatever.
issue world. So we got supply chain issues with
Well, don't make this show for another year.
computer-generated effects for
Wait.
She-Hulk.
Don't put 20 TV shows out this year and be like, hey, this is the new show that goes to this show.
I don't
and
know
this show
how
does this.
I don't know how performances led to this. But let's wrap up this performance bit with Steph saying it. Does anything stand out to you performance-wise?
I'm gonna shotgun off of Brooks. I thought the date dude was stand out. You know, came out of nowhere. He was pretty charming as opposed to the guy she slept with, the She-Hulk. He was really stiff. He reminded me of the Dracula from Blade Trinity. That guy, just not good actors, you know.
Fucking
Heat Wave,
Dominic
or was he?
Heat Wave, yeah, fucking
yeah.
Heat Wave's your Dracula.
Yeah.
Heat Wave's your Dracula. That's Dracula. I mean, if they did a Blade 3, allegedly, they, you know, but that's
if it were to come out.
By the end of Legends, though, I fucking fucked with some Heat Wave, man. He was my favorite character.
That dude is not Dracula. In any iteration of any Dracula you've ever thought of, did you think that dude should play him? No.
Even at 16, when I saw that movie, like, and I wasn't deep into the shit like that, I was just like, no, that doesn't.
I hate to give credit to like memes and shit, right? But like this is like the version of Wizard casting call where you don't want to say they were right, but they were right. But like, what's his name? Anthony Starr that plays fucking
the
fucking
Patriot.
Homelander.
Yes,
right? Dracula.
He's awesome.
For the MCU.
Oh yeah.
Think about that.
he would be badass, bro.
God.
Oh
Dracula?
my god.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have to have that stupid ass fucking thing that they gave Gary Oldman, that wig that they gave him.
No,
You can just be what he is
has to have
now.
All right, let's get to everybody's favorite bit. My thoughts on the CG real quick are this. Why can Cobra Kai's lame ass de-aging of Johnny Lawrence look better than anything in She-Hulk? That's all I'm going to say. Jelani, let me know what you think, and y'all carry on as you will. I got to go take a whiz and refill.
Thanks, man. So, CGI's trash. You know that. That hair in any light is absolutely terrible. It takes me out of it every time I see her, and she's like in a lighted set. They put in the brightest settings ever, and they give her the darkest, grayest, mattiest hair that goes in the background that doesn't match the lighting that's in the room. It looks awful. And then she's wearing her little polka dot dress, but then she can't be Jen the rest of the way. Wasn't the fashion designer supposed to make like clothes that like work for her for expand and contract to what her body is? Why we got two dresses that oversized for her? Didn't we just talk about that last week?
That is a good point.
They don't listen. They don't read the script from last week. They don't give a damn. It's just like, hey girl, this week you gonna do a wedding. This week you gonna this week we gonna make the origin of She-Hulk. Wait, we gotta put that at the beginning. Man, it's some bullshit. We gotta put all the money. Look, CGI budget is almost out. I think every alliteration of She-Hulk that I've seen in the trailer, in the first two crap trailers, has already been shown. That you know what that means, don't you? It's gonna be some garbage CG the rest of the way. We're about to get some hot, just seething garbage. It's gonna be like a stick. It's
What if they've been
green.
saving it for the last few episodes?
Yeah.
All the good stuff for the go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Did you say every alliteration of She-Hulk?
I have alliteration.
Yeah.
I think you
Variation.
might mean iteration.
Yeah, iteration. You know what I'm talking about.
Your
Anyway.
CG is bad, dude. You're doing words wrong.
I don't give a shit. It's terrible. It's absolutely horrible. That polka dot dress was a hot
The
mess.
CG on this Jelani model is subpar.
Beep, boop, beep, boop,
You
beep.
can't even say iteration.
Speaking of iteration, I'll go to Fable. Fable, what did you think about the CG? What did you think the absolute situation was with that situation?
I thought it was decent this episode, guys. It wasn't terrible like it's been in some episodes. Like the one before was really awful. But it's still uneven. It's still pretty bad. There's scenes where it's great, there's scenes where it's not so great. It was just downright terrible. I thought the fight scene was pretty good. I thought when she was punching Titania and you slow down and you see all the muscles in her back and stuff. Yeah, I thought it was pretty dope. But it could be a lot better. We know that. You know, and I think Jelani's right. I think they're blowing the budget on certain scenes, and then we're gonna see it maybe a few more episodes where it's pretty bad. Yeah. But I thought this episode in particular, more than other, maybe since the one where she fights the demons in the movie theater, or the
with the wand.
Madison.
Yeah,
Madison
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, right. Since then, it's been okay, but yeah, not so great.
All right. What about you, Manny?
I only looked up from my screen a couple of times, so I have no idea. But I just want to say, Bad Brooks jumping on Jelani for his atrocious alliteration. Come on, brother. That was alliteration. Anyway,
I can't just let that shit slide, dude.
You're right. I was mad.
Words mean things, dude.
What happened with alliteration? What happened? What I missed?
That's what you
This
have
has got a problem with alliteration. I'm Rockin Robbie, you asshole.
Alliteration of She-Hulk. When he meant
I meant iteration. You nerd.
guys, hit that
Have your laugh.
Hit that-
Have your
hit-
laugh now.
hit that like button and drop your favorite alliteration in the comments and make sure to
Oh, She-Hulk.
My favorite alliteration is Rockin Robbie. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. But
Tomorrow Cinema's pretty good.
no matter what, even when Jelani missteps in his grammar, he's still very effable. Okay, so let's.
Oh,
What about you, Brooks? You got any thoughts on the CG? How's it look for you? How's it look to
All
you?
right. It's fine. There wasn't a whole lot of it in this episode.
When you say "I," it's like cuts me like a knife, dude. I felt like I was like fucking, I felt like I was Nev Campbell in Scream 2 or some shit. I don't fucking know, man.
Dude, now I gotta stab myself. Yeah, I mean,
You went pretty deep, man.
Yeah, no shit, right?
but yeah,
So you
I mean,
think
the
it's
CGI
all right?
on this one, it's all right. There wasn't, it didn't rely heavily on it. Not a lot of She-Hulk in this one.
This
It
is a
feels-
really
it wasn't-
weird. This is really
Yeah.
weird, Brooks, because usually you're like, I don't really pay attention to CGI. It's fine. And tonight you're like, it's all right. It's almost like you noticed something off in this episode.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really bad. I agree that the dress looks a lot better on the She-Hulk model than the suit does.
Yeah.
But like I said, like it's not a huge concern of mine. Nitpicking CGI. So I thought this, it was all right in this one.
She was feeling it in that dress. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah.
A third of the
I
budget
love how
of
the
the
dress
entire
is
show
like
was
when
spent on
she's
it.
in her gen mode. The dress is like too big on her.
The same with the bridesmaid dress because she gave her She-Hulk's dimensions. That's a little touch that I like, right? Like if you
They don't
notice,
have
like
unstable molecules yet, bro.
they don't, or do they? Because if they've had Mr. Immortal this entire time, that means they've had a missing link. Steph, what do you think about the special effects?
That was a good transition.
Go on.
It was serviceable.
That's the best
it
ever,
was,
actually, to be honest.
Yeah, that was on the money. But I'm with Brooks. It was there wasn't much She-Hulk. The scenes that there were, like when Fable said with the punches, like that shit was cool. You saw like the slow motion ripples in her cheek. Even with She-Hulk, you saw the muscles in her fists and shit. it was, it could be better, but it wasn't distracting to me in this episode, should I say.
Word. All right. It's time to rate this episode. And what I love about She-Hulk, and I said,
are we doing bits?
What?
Favorite bits in the episode?
Did you get the rundown? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
You got a favorite bit, Steph? Why don't you tell us your favorite bit?
Okay. I'm a nice guy. You said that already. Yeah, I'm a nice guy.
My favorite bit is just the obnoxiousness of fucking weddings. Like, can we stop these self-important fucking celebrations of, we know y'all are gonna fucking cheat on each other in 2 years, worse than 5. Like, we get it. It's 2022, man. Can we get over that? And I like the theme. I think that's the theme of this episode. Is like, can we get over this?
It's like a
bullshit?
bad investment at this point.
Yeah, right. No shit. It's like you all these gifts you're gonna get. You're gonna worry who gets the fucking PS5, who gets the fucking air fryer. Like, it's not clear and cut.
I
man.
bought this PS5 just before we get divorced. I bought this PS5.
Holy shit! I didn't even think about this. This show's more brilliant than I thought it was because they got the marriages are bullshit, and then Mr. Immortal's multiple divorce fucking settlements.
Right.
How he escapes.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
No,
I feel so stupid. That's so obvious.
Not really.
This episode's a little bit better than you thought, Robbie. Okay. Let's get to the rating. Anybody else got a favorite bit?
I like
We're all nice guys.
I like the fourth wall break where she basically tells us, it's a standalone
Wedding episode. Yeah.
Because weddings are inconvenient, man. And they're bullshit.
There's never a perfect time.
They are self-indulgent fucking bullshit. I've never had a wedding, okay? I never fucking will. I'll have a party afterwards, y'all. You won't have to sit through any of that boring bullshit. I promise you.
Somebody propose to Robbie quick.
I'm just telling you, man. Like, I'll go to the fucking courthouse. We'll have a fucking shindig, but that'll be
Robbie. You do me the honors of making. Oh, hold on. I didn't turn this on.
Will you do me the honors of making me the luckiest man alive?
It
Robbie,
depends. It depends. Is this Manuel Mendiola or is this Margot Robbie? Because if that's the case, I've always been looking for a Mrs. Robbie.
A little column A, a little column B.
All right, we're hitting that uncanny valley.
Yeah.
And what I love is
Still looks better than
this paper doll, dude.
I started this episode saying that I was tired of doing these shows about She-Hulk. I was totally wrong. I'm tired of prioritizing She-Hulk. I would rather be having an in-depth discussion on a really multi-layered, multifaceted, complex show. Like, say, House of the Dragon, right?
Wow.
But we're not.
Instead.
But I love having these conversations with y'all. This is so fun. And what I love is the less enthused we get about She-Hulk in general, some of us, the longer these fucking conversations get.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. I think it's great. So I would give the PCP fucking episode review and discussion show a 5 you digs, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But this
All
episode
day.
of She-Hulk, Just Jen, what do we give it? Out of 5 possible you digs, you out there in the chat, let us know. And Jelani, kick us off. Can only go up from here.
Right.
Yeah. This some mid, man. This some mid. This some real bad mid. I cannot understand why you don't have a story that's cohesive enough for her to have like a cool adventure at the same time doing lawyer fun stuff and just make a show out of it. It's so easy. It's really easy. This is John Byrne wrote it. Just go do that. Get Dan Slott's run and do that. It's so much easier to get the source material, get the creators involved. Sure, have the lady writers. Sure, do all your fun stuff, but have people that know how to write a lawyer show or have some lawyer consultants. B, have a show with comic or MCU doctors. Why are we saying the same shit about MCU that we're saying about Star Wars? This gets 1, you dig? 1. This is mid. Absolute mid. 2.5 last week because you didn't put Madison in it. This week, it's because you teased Daredevil 2 weeks, whatever. Then, you teased Daredevil. And then don't bring Daredevil after you come in. 1 you did. It is garbage.
is angry.
It's hot garbage.
You're right there, Big Llama.
I can't stand it.
All right.
Yeah.
I just
and they always get lower
appreciate
from here.
What I love about Jelani, and this probably, I don't know, this may have been the 4th thing I said to you, was at least you are brutally honest. Because the first night I met Jelani officially, because we went to the same high school. But the first night I met him was my first day working at Hollywood 18 or Hollywood 16 at the time. It was a movie theater. Jelani had just recently been promoted to a supervisor. And you know what that means for a fucking 21-year-old power trip. And I didn't clean the popper top correctly. And he gave me my first verbal fucking warning. And I want to say, fuck you, Jelani. You get a 1 you dig for that.
He doesn't have the power over you anymore.
Fable.
How do you really feel?
He's already done this to me like 5,000 or 6,000 times.
But now, I just rated
Like
you.
every time he sees you, hey,
But nowadays, as a friend, I would give Jelani a 4.69. So there you go.
I respect that Jelani sticks to his guns. You gotta respect that.
Yeah.
I don't get mad about few things. Okay, if I love a show, I'm passionately love it. If I despise it like all that is holy, then I will tell you that. I always have. I always will. There is no mid. If this show is mid, but it's worse than mid.
Jelani's first video on PCP.
Is it mid or is it not mid, dude?
Jelani's first official video on Pop Culture Philosophers was him bitching about Ben Affleck being Batman.
Oh man, I remember that night.
Yeah.
That's why Steph's laughing, because you remember that.
Like way back in like 2016 or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah,
When the BBS trailer came out. You were like, this is some bullshit, man.
Yo.
They wanted to debate me.
So a 1 you dig. A 1. That's actually, Jelani's gone negative if anybody watches PCP Movie Night. Fable, out of 5 you digs, what do you give this episode of She-Hulk?
Before that, I for one appreciate Jelani's bluntness. You know, we always need somebody to tell the truth here, not be like me and try to find everything
You all right?
about things. But yeah, this episode is just the same as the last episode and the one before that. I'll give it a 3.5.
All right, 3.5. I was gonna go to Manny, but he's setting up some kind of weird bit, so we'll just jump over to Brooks. There he is.
No, I see, but now the joke is gone. Like, because it took forever to set it up. Because I was like, oh, Jelani and Robbie fight, and I was like, yeah, it's cool anime fun. And I couldn't get it off in time. It was horrible.
Okay.
It was terrible.
Let's run it back real quick.
Yeah. If we could rewind that, reset
Don't
that
worry.
shit.
Well, we make a shirt that says Robbie's a pants bringing up motherfucker.
If you ate the stir fry that night, bro, you cannot convince me otherwise.
Pass bring it up, motherfucker. That's all you do.
Remember when you hit my fucking chicken wings?
I
You
sure
fucking
did.
asshole. I like to have my chicken
I
wings.
enjoyed it. I'd do it again if I
Fuck
could.
you,
Let's
man.
do it. Fight. There we go. Thank you.
Fight.
You digs, huh? I've been giving this around 3.5, and I kept thinking like maybe I wanted to give it a 4, but I couldn't pierce that disgusting green skin. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it with a 3, just a 3 even, because I didn't see it. I only heard it.
Even.
So it's gonna be 3. It's gonna be 3. I mean, maybe if it had
his identity,
vibranium. If it had vibranium, we could have pierced the skin. Maybe.
I swear to
maybe.
God, when they act like it's a surprise that Todd is the fucking dude from the Wrecking Crew, the only fucking one wearing a mask, when they act like that's meant to be a surprise, I'm gonna be so fucking insulted. I'm on Jelani territory.
Oh, speaking of insulted, while I have this filter on, why the fuck is this guy not in fucking Thunderbolts? Why is there no Baron Zemo? What? Is
I
it
think he's going to be in it. They're just not announcing him. There's no way if Marvel, as much attention they pay to their movies, there's no way they're going to make
He can't
Thunderbolts.
be
an
part of the
Right.
public team.
Right.
Oh,
Or he might be the villain they're going after, and maybe he's got secret agents already as part of that
being
Thunderbolts team.
fucking
Or
said, everybody on that team but Ghost is a goddamn Captain America.
even Black Widow. Even Black
Yeah.
Widow is a female
Give her-
Captain America.
Give
It's
her
the
a
only
shield.
person,
What the
but
fuck
yeah.
is she? Give her a shield. What the fuck
Yeah.
is she?
Yep,
They're all Captain
Taskmaster.
Americas.
I can't stand that. I'm not gonna lie. That's so lazy.
That's so stupid.
how do I get an MCU show
Jesus.
and fucking Baron Zemo doesn't? That's some bullshit. That's some
Moonstone,
The
bro.
hair is not that bad on that one. The hair's actually.
Yeah, I feel like that's better than She-Hulk.
I think it's on the same level as She-Hulk, what we're doing right now.
yeah.
She-Hulk will get
Definitely
rid of
same
that
level.
weird green fuzz on the side. I think that's like an alien entity coming through. I don't know what Manny fucking does, but it's goddamn satanic. Brooks, what do you give
You
this
digital
episode?
wizard.
I give this one a 4. I think, like, the show's been pretty consistent for me. Like, I've enjoyed it pretty much every episode, pretty much the same. And this one's no different. You know, it's been, you know, it's like I'm enjoying it. Like, I can see, you know, why some people might not like it, or why my people might not, you know, like it as much. But personally, my personal experience is I've been enjoying it. I just been, you know, enjoying the ride, you know, and you know, having some laughs with my boys, you know.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, Brooks. Having some laughs, man.
Brooks should have been the one to end it on such a light note.
Come
I
in,
can't
All right,
top
let's
that.
get what
guys.
you got, man. Top it.
Well, you know, it was a solid episode. I'll give it 3.5. The you know, I can see why some people are thrown off with the whole one-shot episode, or you know, there's just a one-off episode. But I think it was fun. You know, the whole wedding bit. I think that was like the best part, because it was like, okay, they're doing their rom-com territory. Like Marvel likes to try to take different genres and implement them in their projects. I thought that was pretty cool. I personally am of the belief that I feel like they're saving these, you know, it was like a breather or like a palate cleanser real quick before these next 3 episodes really amp up stuff, and her personal world and public relations start clashing, and she's got people coming after her. You know, for other people, you still got Daredevil coming, so you got that to look forward to. For other people who don't like it.
That's horrible. You gotta say. That's horrible. You gotta say.
I think it was fun though. It wasn't much different from the rest of the episodes. You know,
All right.
Weddings are for everyone.
For me, I think this is going to land on what, unless these next 3 episodes can be like Zoom fucking bang pow, which I'm not expecting, nor do I think this show is trying to do that, right?
It's not.
Moon Knight, Miss
think-
Marvel did though. Last 2
hates you.
episodes.
I think the
It
last
hates
3
you.
episodes of Miss Marvel kind of stunk, bruh. And so
It
did the
was
last
when-
3 episodes of Moon Knight stunk.
Well, the last episodes in particular for me, Miss Marvel and Moon Knight, I think were great at kind of. If we
Okay.
could have just had that for 2 more.
Okay. They lost momentum, right?
Yeah, I
there's
agree.
definitely
I
something
can
that I
agree
think
with
that's happening with their shows. Marvel, let's be honest. Kevin Feige, I think, you remember how like we thought like those Netflix shows like Daredevil and Jessica Jones were so important,
Right.
but they actually weren't, right?
Right.
Kevin Feige didn't give a shit. You know how right now we think Kevin Feige gives a shit about all these Disney Plus shows? I don't think he really does.
He just cares about the movies.
I don't think like, yeah. So
Get a property.
I don't
Put it
know.
on the screen.
But for me, my rating of this episode is probably going to be my overall rating if the show continues on this path, which is 3, which means not offensive, not bad, not shit, but not great. It's like a one-time watch when you ain't got nothing else to do. And I do think it would make a better binge than it does a week to week. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it will make a better binge, but I give it a 3.
Yeah.
So a 3 from me, and a 3.5 from Steph, and a 4 from Brooks. And what was it, Manny?
a 3.
A 3 from Manny, a 3 from Fable, or was it 3? Yeah, 3.
3.5.
3.5. 3.5. A 1 from Jelani. It's going to drag that down. I got to keep that in.
One.
That turns out to be a PCP average of 3.287654309 67. 7?
Yeah.
7. Yeah, 67. Okay.
Yeah.
See, you got to set up a for when I like go
Yeah.
69. All right, let's do that again. All right, we'll edit it again. Point 67.
Change the math.
All right, we'll work it out next time. All right, thank you all so much for being here. This has been great, hasn't it? Hasn't it, y'all?
Yeah.
Oh, it's always.
I enjoy
every
myself
week.
every week.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, this was the
the
longest
good- the
fucking
good
episode
thing-
yet. This
The
is
good thing about this here is that everybody has varying opinions, and you hear a guy like totally trash one thing, but everybody lets him speak his mind. Nobody interrupts him, let him go off. And then somebody will wax poetic, and he won't go off. He'll let them talk. So this is what's great about this show. Everybody
It's
has
debate.
different opinions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Well-
everybody gets to say what they want. And then there's people in the chat that agree with us, disagree with us, but we all respect each other.
I don't want to get anybody to get the wrong idea about this, but we do interrupt each other. It's happened
A
quite
lot.
few
We
times.
do.
I just
We
want
They
to
don't care.
But the thing is, we all respect each other.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
we're all
Yeah.
fucking homies somehow.
True story.
After an hour and a half, this is the longest episode yet. The most meaningless fucking episode of She-Hulk yet.
Yeah.
It's the longest fucking episode.
Yo.
What the fuck's gonna happen when Daredevil shows up? What the fuck? We're just gonna
2
be like,
hours.
SI.
Yeah, it was fun. You know, Daredevil.
The CG on Daredevil is pretty whack. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm excited about this. All right. The next time you can see me is tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 noon Eastern. I'll be here with Manny talking about something. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out in the morning. And then I'm going to Memphis Comic Expo. It's going to be great. But you can also catch us
Oh, yeah.
for Horror Fest because Horror Fest is just still starting, y'all. We got a great lineup, and it is officially Jordan Peele week.
Get out.
Y'all.
Gonna be a good week.
Nice.
So Saturday night, join us for Dylan's horror show. I'll be live streaming from Memphis as we talk about us, and this is going to be probably a very contentious thing, but I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be cool and let people say that what the people can hate on what they want to hate. I'm going to lay my case out for why this movie is brilliant. But then Monday night on PCP Movie Night, we're talking about Get Out, and this is pretty much universally acclaimed. I cannot wait
It's
to fucking talk about this movie. So
Gosh.
it's going to be a great week for Horror Fest, y'all. I'm Rockin Robbie Bills. That's Jelani. Final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, watch us after we watch this show so we can, commune and watch me bitch about it at this point. So good times, great oldies. I hope you guys are enjoying it because I sure am.
Fable. Final thoughts.
Yeah, same thing as Delaney. Come hang out with us, man, after the show.
3 more weeks of this shit. Then we got Werewolf by Night. That's going to be some bullshit. But
Yeah.
then we got Secret Invasion. I got some hope for that motherfucker, man. 2023.
Oh yeah, and buy our merch.
Yeah, buy our merch. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Speaking of merch, Manny, thank you so much for that horny time horseshoe design. Final thoughts.
In a world where you can watch YouTubers talk about great things that they really enjoy, you chose to be here with us. And for that, you have our everlasting thanks. Be sure to visit tpublic.com/popculturephilosophies and get yourself a money time horseshoe t-shirt, as well as many other designs that are also good.
I love you, Manny.
Also good.
I love you so much, man. Manny's gonna put Daredevil on the next thumbnail and be like disappointed when he doesn't show up in the episode. Brooks, final thoughts.
You just put Daredevil with a question mark.
Well, if we've learned anything from this episode of She-Hulk, I believe that we should abolish marriage altogether, and we should all just like fuck whoever we want to.
Yeah.
Monogamy, what is that? No.
Yeah, like do away with the whole monogamy thing. Like it's lame. It's cringe, dude. It's totes cringe.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's mad. It's mad.
Where you been for the last fucking 30 years?
So mad.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Steph, you gotta top that, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Marriage is canceled.
Final thoughts, Steph.
I'm just a nice guy. I'm just a nice guy.
That actually works perfectly. All right. Horror Fest is coming. It's already here, y'all. Join us once again for us and Get Out on Horror Fest this week on Dylan's Horror Show and PCP Movie Night. I love you guys. We're out. Stay woke.